So here I am in the basement where I filmed my first year of questions video. Although when I filmed it, the Great Rhode Island Flood hadn't occurred and my basement was finished. It's not finished anymore. Things change in a year. So what have I learned? I'm looking back first at my own videos and the active questioning on a weekly basis. I had a system too, because on Mondays, after I would do my video, and then on Monday I would think, oh, what am I going to talk about next week? And I would spend all of Monday thinking about what I would do, and sometimes I would settle on a question and I would spend the week thinking about that question. And then I would get to Friday and I would film my videos on Saturday. So I would think on Friday, okay, what is my question going to be about the next day? It was a really good habit to get into. Xerxes! This is his domain down here. So I've learned a lot in terms of my questioning, in terms of my thinking about how to live rightly, what ought to be, and how my beliefs and ideals and convictions translate into action. I feel like that's what most of my questions have centered on, or at least what I would have liked them to center on. Because I've been so grounded in principles and faith since I was little, but I've never had the opportunity to live those things out. And it was weird because when this project started in March, I was wrapping up my school year, I was going on missions trips through the summer, and then I started college. And it was truly about putting into practice all the stuff that grounded me for so long. And it was cool that I got to be participating in a year of questions while all that was happening. So that's in terms of my own questions, but really my own questions was like the smallest part of a year of questions. What I really enjoyed was watching everybody else's videos. And the things I learned from watching everybody else, one of my favorite things that I learned was about how you all, the other weekdays, perceive themselves. That came through a lot in the videos. In a way it didn't come through in, so I read some of your guys' blogs. It was a privilege to hear what you guys were thinking about. And it's just a different medium, I think, than writing. To hear you guys articulate some of your questions. And I learned too what was going on in your lives. That's one of the things I loved about Friday's videos especially, is that she always included like little tidbits of her day. And I knew every time I woke up on a Monday, I would be like, okay, my video is behind me. Now for the rest of the week, I'm going to get to see my friends. Because I wasn't able to go to round robins and tournaments as much, it was valuable to have a medium to interact with you guys still on a weekly basis. It was incredibly valuable to me, even though it was just over the internet. And I think even just like the act of having kind of a club, it felt like a club, it really did. I appreciated the community inherent in that. And I loved when people subbed in. That was like my favorite part of Year of Questions, when we would have guests. So that's what I've been reflecting on all day, really, as I think about how this is the last video I'm going to make. And I thought about doing something special for it. I sketched out a really cool plan, and I was just too lazy to do it. I feel like I should feel bad about admitting that, but I don't. So I don't know. You take me as I am. So this is Sunday, for the very last time. Thank you all so much. Have a good week.